Picture this. You walk into a room, completely certain you came in for something important, and then you just stop, totally blank. We have all felt it. A name stuck right on the tip of your tongue. A fact you knew perfectly yesterday, simply gone today. And it runs far deeper than that. By this time tomorrow, you will have forgotten most of what happened to you today. In truth, you have already forgotten far, far more than you will ever remember in your whole life. So why does your brain keep quietly erasing your life like this? And could it possibly be on purpose? To understand forgetting, we first have to understand what a memory actually is. A single memory is really just a pattern, a delicate web of connections between tiny brain cells called neurons. When you learn something new, those neurons reach out and fire together, slowly wiring that pattern into place. But here is a strange and almost haunting question. What if you could never forget anything at all? Back in the 1920s, a Russian journalist named Shereshevsky could do exactly that. He could memorize impossibly long lists, entire speeches, and recite them back flawlessly, even many years later. But his perfect memory became a curse. His mind was so flooded with detail that he struggled to read a simple story or even recognize a friend's face. And that reveals the secret. Forgetting is not a glitch in the system. It is the very thing that keeps your mind clear. So just how quickly do we forget? Well, over a century ago, a scientist named Hermann Ebbinghaus set out to measure it. He spent years patiently testing his own memory, using long lists of completely meaningless, nonsense syllables. And what he discovered became famous as the forgetting curve. We forget fast. Around half of something can vanish within a single hour, and most of the rest within a day, unless we go back and review it. So why do our memories fade in the first place? Scientists have three big explanations. The first idea is called decay. The links between your brain cells are like little trails. And the ones you never revisit slowly grow weaker, fade, and quietly break apart. It is a lot like a path worn through the grass that simply disappears when no one walks along it for a while. The second idea is interference, where your memories start getting in each other's way. Fresh new memories can crowd out, blur, and even overwrite the older ones stored right beside them. It is exactly why this year's new password slowly buries the one that you used last year. The third idea is retrieval failure, and this one is a little sneaky. A lot of the time the memory is still safely in there. You just cannot find the way back to it in that moment. That is the maddening tip of the tongue feeling, when a word is sitting right there, stuck just out of reach. But then the perfect cue, a certain smell, an old song, a familiar place, can suddenly unlock the whole thing. So why would your brain ever throw memories away on purpose? Because, strangely, forgetting actually helps you. It clears out all of the useless clutter, the tiny little details that you are simply never going to need again. And by letting go of the small stuff, it lets you step back and finally see the big picture. It even softens the sharp edges of painful memories over time, so that slowly, you can heal. And a huge amount of this nightly cleanup quietly happens while you are fast asleep. Your sleeping brain gently replays the day, strengthening what truly matters and pruning away the rest. So, knowing all of this, how do you actually make an important memory stick? First, do not try to cram it all at once. Space your practice out across several days instead. Second, test yourself instead of just rereading. That little struggle to recall is what makes it stronger. Third, connect each new fact to things you already know, so it has more hooks to hang on to. And finally, sleep on it, and let your brain quietly lock the whole thing into place. So in the end, forgetting is not your brain failing you or quietly breaking down. It is your brain working like a careful editor, clearing away the noise to keep you focused and sharp. So tell me, what is one thing that you really wish you could forget? Drop it in the comments below, and subscribe to Sketch Science for plenty more.